You know, it's mostly, I think, societal. There are still some stereotypes out there that it's kind of geeky to be a scientist or an engineer. Mm-hmm. You know, you can imagine a girl who says she wants to be an electrical engineer when she's 11 years old might get a little bit of a different reaction than a boy who says the same thing.
Ladies and gentlemen, nothing makes me more happier in the news when insufferable females, so-called pop stars and famous people who I've never heard of, get absolutely roasted by everybody, including me, as you're about to see in this video, because quite clearly these women haven't earned anything. All they can sit behind is that whole moniker of girl power, all that bullshit. And by the way, I've got to tell you, things get so bad in my household at the moment. If it's not with DEI commercials being shoved in your face every second in commercial breaks between the chase episodes, then you've also got the likes, the abomination called Bella Ramsey, who returns for season 2 of The Last of Us on HBO. And from what I've heard from people, she beat up a man twice her literal midget size. Bella Ramsey, by the way, who was a guest on Jonathan Ross's show last week. Oh yes, Jonathan Ross. For my American viewers who have no idea who this UK chat show host is, he's famous for his speech impediments. Sorry, I meant impediments, where he can't pronounce words beginning with R, but instead uses the W. Ladies and gentlemen, my very special guest, Miss Bella Ramsey. And here she is. And then you take one look at her and you wish that she went back to the green room.
It's very real.
Bella Ramsey, the woman who replaces the iconic 1980s pinups I used to have on my wall. Heather Locklear, Heather Thomas, and yes, for a short time, Molly Ringwald. But in today's video, ladies and gentlemen, this only gets so much more worse. I mean, women's football, do you take that seriously? But without further ado, folks, make sure before the opening titles rear their beautiful heads, like this video, share and subscribe, and, well, let's get on with it.
And now another controvertible episode of Pigs in Space!
And of course, folks, when the Muppets are talking about pigs in space, they meant these ones.
Yes, hallelujah, it's the video show. And now, the man the BBC calls...
Jason King on Kung Fu Hot Dog.
Ladies and gentlemen, brace yourselves for absolute cringe, because Katy Perry, along with 4 other women I've never heard of except for Jeff Bezos' plastic-looking girlfriend. By the way, Jeff actually gifted these space tourists to go up in space for 11 minutes. Ooh, whoop-de-doo. Ooh. What Katy Perry Blue Origin cruise saw in space? Probably floating turds, or maybe Katy Perry's career.
Take us space!
It was not what I wanted!
See, this is the moment where they were in space for 11 minutes, and one could only hope and pray that that 11 minutes became 11 days and then 11 months, where there was no way to bring these women back to Earth. Oh, joyous, no Katy Perry songs for the next 11 years. If it stretched that far ahead, but I'm just wishful thinking, folks. So apparently when you're in space with a flat-chested jumpsuit on, because we know that Katy Perry isn't really that well endowed anymore, is she? She carries along with her a little daffodil, is it? What, a white rose? What? I don't know. Bizarre. Oh, look at that. It's all carefully staged, folks. They're even back on Earth, or this is before or after the flight. It's absolutely ridiculous. I just want to see when they get off, actually. Let's have a look. I mean, yeah, this is going into space, folks, where you got the you got the tokenized black woman who's trying to look like a white woman with a fake hairdo. I mean, holy shit, man. Of course, Jeff Bezos' plastic girlfriend. She's sat at the front there. Everybody's applauding. Oh my gosh, it's an Amazon Select Committee, folks.
So, Katie,
Nobody cares about these women's achievements. They haven't achieved anything. Maybe in their own right as entertainers or cringe-tastic pundits, they might have done something, but honestly, apart from Katy Perry and Jeff Bezos' plastic wallet girlfriend, I have no idea who the other chicks are. And that's the whole point, I guess, folks. Why and how should you even care about these other women? I don't flaming care, do I? I do care, being a man, that I get to mock this because it's absolutely hysterical. And again, when it's all carefully staged, Katy Perry is sat underneath the drawing of a rocket blowing out flames. You kind of wonder what the symbolism is behind that, right? But there's some more footage that I wanted to find, actually. But oh yeah, have a look at this. On Twitter, Katy Perry went to space for like 4 minutes. What the F is she kissing the ground floor? Exactly. What? Did you think you were going to crash in Jeff Bezos' space penis rocket? Who knows? Katy Perry going to space, the actual trip. And here it is, folks. Oh, it is literally a U-bend. Like, woo, hello. I mean, they stayed in space for maybe 4 minutes, as that person pointed out, maybe a bit longer than that, and they came back to Earth again. Again, they did not pay for this trip. I suspected when I was in the gym this morning, thinking about how I was going to record this video, what I would actually say. And it is pretty funny. Oh, here we go. Look at this. Oh my God. It is a publicity stunt. It absolutely is. I mean, who gives 3 Fs about this? Oh, I'm Katy Perry. Actually, you dies from cringe. Well, you know what? A monkey did go into space, didn't they? And did a far better job. Oh, let's have a look at this.
It is surrender to the unknown, trust.
Yes.
And this whole journey is not
it's
just
a whole journey, is it, Kate? Wow, really? A whole journey of what? 4 minutes?
The team. It's the whole thing. I couldn't recommend this experience more. This is like...
Well, actually, yeah, because if you have $500,000 to spare for your ticket, then you can go up into space, sure. But of course, if it's gifted to you by Mr. Baldy, laughing man himself, Bezos, then you've got nothing to worry about, have you? And even more surprising, folks, was this article from The Guardian by Marina Hyde, which splashed in on my Google search. And it almost sounds like the beginning of a joke, when Marina states, what's more vacuous than an endless vacuum? Oh, Lauren Sanchez and Katy Perry's party in space? I mean, as I scroll on, this gets even more funnier, folks. The all-female Blue Origin flight on Monday broke boundaries and set records in the spouting of girl boss gibberish. Holy shit! I mean, Marina... can I shake your hand, please? I mean, and she works for The Guardian. This is so hilarious. Oh, look at that. I mean, this is all body positivity. Have my hair and makeup in space, because when you're going to space, ladies, you've got to think about how you look. I mean, oh my gosh. From left to right, Kerry Ann Flynn, Katy Perry, Sanchez, Aisha Bao, Gail King, and Amanda Nguyen in front of the Blue Origin space penis. Well, I watched every second of the build-up, flight, and aftermath of the first Blue Origin all-female space trip. Oh my God. I mean, you might as well be tripping balls at this stage, right, ladies and gentlemen? Anyway, if you missed this, Jeff Bezos' fiance and soon-to-be divorced wife, when they finally get married, took an 11-minute trip to the edge of space on one of his Blue Origin craft on Monday. More like a Blue Monday, right? Again, Blue Monday, folks. The old New Order song, alongside some of the all-female passengers who are all saying, "Slay Queen, yes Queen." It is absolute... Whoa! Hang on a second. Look at this. Blue Origin tickets. The prices range from $0 to $28 million. Are you effing kidding me, Jeff Bezos? Holy shit. Now, when I was in the gym this morning thinking about all of this, something disturbed me a lot. I was like, why are we pandering to this girl boss nonsense? Which, by the way, everybody on X, social media, you name it, they're all just pulverizing these women. These girls are getting roasted, pummeled online, verbally speaking, YouTube, before you think I'm referring to something else. But an unforgotten hero, folks, Sally Ride. This woman, the Sigourney Weaver, the Ellen Ripley of her time, right? Sadly, she passed away, which I did not remember, which is really, really sad. So rest in peace, Miss Sally Ride. Born and raised in LA, she joined NASA in 1978 and in 1983 became the first American woman to fly into space because she was beaten to the post, ladies and gentlemen, by 2 female cosmonauts from Russia. So there you go. But look at her. Look at a beautiful picture. Lovely lady. The whole point of me showing you this, ladies and gents, Sally Ryder, obviously a very bright, intelligent, and a very cute woman in her own right, okay? But looks aside, she actually went and earned her right, her place to be in space. She's naturally intelligent. Compare her, and then compare to these nut jobs right here, who are literally space touristas, because, oh, it's about women trying to be better than men. And look, when it comes to the male versus female dynamic, right, of course, there are some things that women, we can happily welcome them in and let them see what they can do. But honestly, if you put a female tug-of-war team against an opposing side of men, who do you think's going to win in a few seconds, right? When I go to the gym, I see some real hotty-botty gym instructors of the female variety just doing their bits in front of me while I'm on that rowing machine, and it probably explains why I row faster and faster in some instances. But honestly, when you get the likes of film pundit Grace Randolph, who literally gets triggered on a video where she looks at the lineup for Avengers Doomsday to see only 5 female Avengers are in the roster.
27 characters were revealed yesterday. Only 5 of them were women.
Would you please leave without a fuss right now? Okay.
And then proceeds to name drop Batman director Matt Reeves and comparing his illness with the late Chadwick Boseman's fight against cancer. You can understand, folks, why people like her and people like me can't stand women like her in this godforsaken space where, I'm not kidding, right, women have got the superhero ability of giving birth. No man, biologically speaking or other speaking, cannot perform that feat. But when they sit here, have a very staged photo shoot, and look at us, we're the female astronauts who went into space. You're belittling every intelligent woman out there, regardless of where they're from, who actually have a brain and can actually tell you and break down physical diagrams, equations, formulae, right? Formulas. These chicks can't do anything. But of course, who am I, folks? I'm just a crazy man who lives in the perpetuity of the 80s and 90s, and that's the way I like it. And on that one, folks, if you enjoyed this video today, make sure you give it a like. Smash that subscribe button like you're Lou Ferrigno from The Incredible Hulk. And I'll catch you catching me for the return of the next video.
Go see your babies.
Where are my babies?
They're over here. Go see them.